Hey everyone, and welcome to Food Stories. I'm your host, Larry Finellier. Those of you who are tuning in to see the live stream YouTube multicast thing, sorry, but we had some technical difficulties and we back to a regular HOA. Thank God for HOAs. Anyway, today we have Jessica Dewell. She will be making some lava chocolate cupcakes or chocolate lava cupcakes. All right.
Whatever order you want. It doesn't matter. The lava first, the chocolate first. It's all chocolate.
Okay, great. And joining us to watch you make those lovely cupcakes, we have, from my left, Aslan Blow, all the way from Bournemouth, England, a World Cup soccer fan, World Cup football fan. Sorry. I didn't mean to use that word. I didn't mean to use the S word. The football fan. Okay, Aslan, how you doing?
I'm good. Hi, Jessica. Good to see you in your kitchen.
It's good to see you too, Aslan. I'm really glad you're here today.
And thank you. And next, we have Richard Wooding, my pirate pal from down South Africa. How you doing, bud?
Hi, Larry. I'm good. It's a bit cold here, but otherwise very good.
Are you into the World Cup?
Most South Africans are. My neighbours across the road are currently watching it, so that if you hear cheering behind me every now and then, it's them. But I'm not so sporting, so.
All right. Well, for those of you out there who are watching the World Cup, we will be talking a little bit about World Cup towards the end. Okay, so to keep Mrs. Blow happy. So, the lady of the half hour, or 45 minutes, or however long we're going to go, it's Jessica Dewell. Jessica, how are you, my dear?
Oh my gosh, Larry, this has been really fun to prepare for, and I am doing all right. After this, though, I am going to go crawl in bed because I woke up this morning with a cold and a fever. So I'm here with my best face on. I've washed my hands. I've got my little sanitizer spray. So if you see me go over here, that's what I'm doing, so that I can keep cooking.
Well, I tell you, you're a trooper, and I appreciate you coming on despite your being under the weather.
Are you kidding?
I know we've been planning this for a while, haven't we?
We have been planning this for a while, and I really don't want to miss it. Plus, this is... And I've promised a little one some cupcakes, and if he doesn't get them by the time we're done, we might have a little bit of a mutiny going on in my house.
Hey, mutiny. That's pirate talk. All right. Well, let's get into the kitchen and let's see what you have for us today.
I love it. Yeah. So this cupcake recipe I found, and I've actually modified it. So the one I am using today is not the original recipe that I used. I took when I was nursing, and I don't know how many of you guys are parents, but when I was nursing, Carter he was reacting to everything, and it was all kinds of craziness. And we got through everything, and finally they were like, take stuff out of your diet. It might be you. Go figure. Okay. So everything came out of my diet, wheat and eggs and dairy and gluten and the top 8 allergens, which left me with not a lot to eat, but I really, really, really like sweets. So turned out vegan was always a good option, and it turned out paleo was most of the time a good option. And so I found this really cool cookbook called Eat Like a Dinosaur, and I adapted from this based off of all the different substitutions that I've learned over time. So as we go through, I will try and remember some of the substitutions that I use that you guys might try, which adjusts the recipe a little bit, but this is actually something you really can't mess up, which is another reason I like it. I can do this in a fairly quick jiffy and make anything from, they make brownies, they make cakes, and they make cupcakes, and they're all fantastic. So whatever format you make, this is a very versatile recipe that way. I've never done a cooking show before, so you might have to guide me through what I'm supposed to do, Larry.
Well,
shall we look at the ingredients?
So you're a newbie in the woods. All right.
I'm a newbie in the woods here. So I know I'm supposed to start cooking. So the first thing that I had to do to prepare for this recipe was make beets, because this is a red brownie cupcake mix. And so I made my beets last night and I put them in the refrigerator. The other thing I did, and if you watched my stream this morning, you saw a picture of me and Carter pitting dates and preparing the dates last night as well. And Yeah, so these are the two main ingredients that we use.
Beet? Did you say beet?
Yeah, beets, red beets. Mm-hmm.
So this is definitely paleo.
It is, yes, and the one I'm making today is not truly paleo because we have a nut allergy and it requires almond flour. So mine is more almost paleo gluten-free style.
Yeah.
But you can swap out what I'm using as gluten-free flour for almond flour and make it completely paleo, yes.
Is it safe to say a paleo diet is a caveman diet?
I think so. Although really, cavemen didn't have sugar, so we're kind of really stretching, right? I mean, it's all paleo ingredients, but except for the sugar part. So you have to take that with a grain of, well, I would say salt, but it's probably more like sugar. So, yeah.
There's some comments in the stream.
Yeah, bring it up while Jessica organizes.
Yeah, Gloria says she's already here waiting to enjoy another great live event with Larry and Jessica. And
hi, Gloria.
Carmen says, I can't wait for this one.
You don't have to anymore.
Carmen is Aslan's friend as well as mine.
Carmen says that Jessica's looking great.
Yes,
okay.
and we have a special request which we shall have to honor. No football talk. Gloria Franco Reynolds saying no football talk.
No football talk. Okay,
because
Gloria.
she is from Spain.
Spain, and they got whitewashed yesterday.
Really? Anywhere.
Sorry, I mean, I know the hashtag is say no to racism, but whitewash. Tell them what whitewash is, Aslan. It's a cricket thing. It's a football thing. If you guys don't watch cricket or football, it's not racist, okay?
And now we shall go back to Jessica's
cooking.
picture.
Yeah.
Right, and so then I'm just going to start mixing a whole bunch of stuff together. So after I tell you the rest of this, I put my beets and my dates into my mixer. I added full-fat coconut milk that you shake up first. If you open it without shaking it, that's always fun. But I did that, and then after I blend that up and make a puree, which you will see happen sort of down here on my second camera, I'm going to be adding the oils and stuff. So I use duck fat. You can use something like ghee or a grass-fed butter with no casein if you have if you want to go a little bit more vegetarian. I guess it's not true vegan because there's butter in it, and coconut oil. So, and some sugar. So this is not a low-fat recipe, but I have to tell you.
Jessica, why do you use duck fat? Why not just coconut oil?
It calls for both in this recipe, butter and coconut oil, and I'm assuming it's a texture thing in the long run. I don't know that for sure. I've never made it with straight coconut oil.
I would, if I had to hazard a guess, I'd say you would be perfectly fine with just coconut oil because they both have the same sort of room temperature texture. Almost.
Okay, so you could use it on coconut oil.
If you wanted to take the meat altogether.
Okay, well that's good. And I have to tell you, I don't know why, but duck fat is really awesome to cook with. We read that somewhere. We tried.
Yeah,
we were skeptical. We were really.
Fat and goose fat. Give it to me, baby.
Hey, just a little note. We lost your second cam, but you could just go ahead and
okay. I'll just show you up here, and then I'll blend and come back. So now I've got all those. I'm just going to blend a whole bunch of stuff together. I'm also going to add, and you can't see it now, but it's lemon peel. I actually washed and used my own lemon zest, and some vanilla, and some apple cider vinegar. So I'm just going to throw all that in the blender and get it ready to add to my mixing bowl here. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. Let me mute.
Michelle.
Rival. Get his name right. I don't care about it.
World Cupcake Channel.
World Cupcake Channel. I guess, well, Jessica is going to be blending, so it's going to be a lot of noise. So while she's blending, she's muted her mic. Jessica, if you could like move the cam down so I don't know if you could.
Ooh, what's that? That looks good. That room looks good.
Yeah, I think that was a pantry. If you could adjust the cam down, the screen.
And don't forget, you've muted yourself.
Yeah, right. Okay, good. Yeah, we're
Oh, I like that. I like that apron too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, she's hearing us.
Scott Snowcroft says, red beets. I had no idea this recipe has just zoomed to the top of my favorites list.
Yeah, red beets are good for you. Yeah, Scott. High in iron. Amongst other nutrients.
I'll just have the duck fat.
You just had the duck fat.
Yeah, I'll just have the duck fat.
So, okay, folks, those of you who are just joining us, Jessica has muted her mic since she'll be blending, and apparently that blender will be very noisy, so she opted to mute. She lost her second cam, and so that's why we're going with one cam.
And we are making chocolate lava cupcakes.
Chocolate lava cupcakes. Thank you.
And she's right now blending some duck fat, some coconut oil, some beet, and some dates. Was it dates? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what she's doing right now, guys.
That's what I'm doing right now. And then let's see.
So that was done. That's done. Wow.
Yeah, that's the fast part. The next part will be a little longer. I'll be on mute a little longer, which is nice, but at the same point in time, you'll get to see everything I'm doing. Okay, so I take my handy dandy. I want to try and find a bigger one of these and try and do all of this wet ingredients right inside my Vitamix here. I think that would be pretty awesome.
Oh, that's a Vitamix you're using?
Yep.
Oh, wow, that's like the best blend in the world, right?
Yes, it makes really good bulletproof coffee, too. Mm-hmm. Well, and I drink the tea version.
What about it? I understand it makes soups and
I love it. We make a ton of soups in this. Yep.
Oh, nice.
Smoothies, soups, you name it. I love my Vitamix. Okay. So there, we'll get that out of the way. I'll scoot you right over here. So then the next part of it is to add eggs. And so this takes a huge amount of eggs. And what this does is that now, in a recipe, one of the things that I did try and do once was to use flax seeds and let the flax seeds gel up so that I could be egg-free. That only works if you half this recipe. So if I wanted to make the regular amount, I would have to half the recipe, because once you get past 4 eggs, flax seeds don't hold up the same way, apparently, and that is also my practice.
So how many eggs, Aslan? We just lost Aslan. How many eggs you have in that?
8.
8. Oh God. So yeah, you have duck fat. You have 8 eggs. Oh man, talk about.
It's a full meal, right?
Yes. I mean, well, yeah, but the fattening aspect I was looking at.
Well, they are chocolate lava cupcakes, right? So if we got all this chocolate and all this chocolate, we might as well go full fat.
Yeah, yeah.
And didn't you guys just recently see the Time article that butter is good for you?
Yeah.
I missed that one. I
actually have opinions on that, but so I only half believe that.
So you put the eggs in there, right?
Yep, I'm gonna mix the eggs one at a time in here, and then after I'm done mixing the eggs, I have all the dry ingredients already put together and sifted. This is Carter's favorite job, by the way, so we had to get that prepared for you ahead of time. And I'll mix all of that in, and then I'll be unmuted again.
Okay.
All right, and those of you who are wondering where is the recipe, it's on the event page. It's a link to Jessica's blog. So she's getting ready to use the hand mixer. And she muted. All right, so yeah, sure.
Richard, is that for Michelle? I was just going to ask
yes,
Michelle's
it was
question.
for Michelle. Let me hold it up again. Here's the Uncle Bob.
Let's get Michelle's question up on the comment track.
Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, but this is actually empty. I'm actually drinking a Italian craft beer called Nazionale.
Oh, very nice.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice. Good. I'm drinking plain water today.
Me too.
Okay, we see Jessica is hand blending away or hand mixing away.
So there are some comments.
Sure, bring them up.
Gloria says that cupcakes are the star tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And also, Carmen says cupcakes are one of my favorite sweets. I'm not a big fan of sweet foods, but they're always just the right size. And if you want more, have another cupcake.
No, she's just adding the dry ingredients now.
Okay. Why? Okay, go ahead, Aslan.
No, I'm just saying, still zooming away. I'm doing a football commentary on Jessica's cooking.
Okay.
Adding the last bit of the dry ingredients now, and we're getting towards the. Oh no, that's racing. That sounded like horse racing. Back to you, Larry.
And down the stretch we come.
Towards the home stretch now. She's going to be unmuting herself very, very soon.
So she's mixing the beets with the eggs and some dry ingredients to make the volcano
Lava.
Lava. Lava.
There's a question for Jessica from Gloria. How many cupcakes do you get out of that recipe?
It depends on how big your beet is. This is what I have found. The bigger the beet, the more. So there is a recipe. I can get 24 to 30 regular size cupcakes, and they're very thick. They're more like a brownie style. I can get that out of a typical recipe. Now, if you make those mini ones, you get insane amounts. You never run out of batter. You wish about halfway through it was just done already. So if you're making mini cupcakes, you can serve a lot of people that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. So now that you've done.
Now that I've done.
Oh, you almost.
Okay, so then this is the fun part. You just put it in and you get it in the oven. So I'm going to scoot a few things around to get the rest of my next set, because now it's just time to fill up these cupcakes. And I'm only going to fill up a few, I think, because I know my there we go. Oh, no, we do need to go this way. Thank you. There we go. And I just put about 2 tablespoons into each muffin tin.
Okay.
3/4 full, however big your spoon is, I suppose. And just stick them on in here. And I'm only going to do a few of these, and I'll stick a few in the oven, and I will make the rest later. Because while I'm doing this, the other parts of the recipe are actually the fun parts. And I did not make the lava stuff. I decided that takes like 35 minutes to cook, and it takes a lot of hands-on attention. So I have that pre-made, and then I went ahead and pre-made the frosting just for the sake of things. But I will tell you, on the lava, and we'll talk about that more later, but it's awesome, the lava sauce.
I bet.
Again, it's all quote-unquote paleo ingredients except for the chocolate and the sugar.
Sure. Yeah. That looks good there.
Okay, and then I just throw them in my oven and they cook for 30 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Throw them in the oven and they cook for 30 minutes, and then when they're done, they look like this. They're really amazing looking.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and these are the regular size cupcakes, and they are really thick. So here's what happened. There we go. For this part, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, so for this part, we have an apple core. It's kind of fun. We get to use an apple core tool, and we take out the centers, which, by the way, then turn into a different, really fun treat.
Yeah, the kids could be doing that.
Yes, and Carter helps me put the eggs in the recipe. He helps me put all the dry ingredients in.
Oh, good.
And what else? And he helps me pick the dates, and we prepare those together.
Yeah.
So you've got these wonderful little holes in the center.
Yep.
And then this is the chocolate sauce that I made ahead of time. It's still coming out of the fridge, so it's still a little cool. But this takes a long time, and if you use an electric stove, I believe that the instructions that are on my website are are for an electric stove. I use a gas range, and I have to tell you that my recipe cooks in about half the time. This is the third time I've done it, and this is perfection right here. So everything, the time is great, but don't go by the time if you don't cook. Go by the way that it looks. And you just fill these puppies up. Now we'll see if it comes out of my little doodaddy. I may have to do this a different way.
It's still sort of stuck to the sides. Yeah.
Stuck to the bottom. I have a little bit there, but we may do this a little differently. We'll just open this right up. And I don't make this very often because it is incredibly yummy. Yeah. This is Carter's favorite birthday treat. This is Ryan's favorite birthday treat. This is if somebody special is coming over and we're doing something, this is what we do. And you just fill that hole right up with this beautiful little fudge sauce, however you want, if you can figure out and this has to be stored in the refrigerator.
Right. I was about to ask if you had to refrigerate it after. Yeah.
This one is, and it does have this has coconut oil in it also, and it has arrowroot flour, but it lasts for a long time. So if you don't like a lot of chocolate or you don't want a lot of chocolate, it will last. All right.
Oh,
so
nice.
I've got my cupcakes filled here.
Oh, that looks good.
And then my frosting, it's a very simple, basic frosting with sugar and cocoa powder and everything. And you can do fancy things, but in this house, it's all about the eating part. So we just...
Those of you who are now tuning in, Jessica's recipe is... Yeah. Chocolate lava cupcakes.
Okay.
And the recipe is on the event page.
And the final... Oh yeah, the link. Sorry,
the link to your blog or to your website. Sorry. And what's that? What's that you're putting there now?
Chocolate chips.
Chocolate chips. Oh man,
now, this is so funny. These are free of everything you could want them to be free of. Dairy-free, wheat-free, nut-free.
I will have to eat that once a year, once every 2 years.
This, I know, right? This is a special occasion thing in our house. And this is what they look like when they're done. And you just can take them, leave them in there, but you can also just take them right out and put them on a little plate.
Wow.
Yeah. So yummy looking.
Hold that for a second, I'll actually...
Let Richard take some photos. And Aslan opened the cam so she could also take some shots.
Yeah, it's excellent as well.
Yeah. Well done.
Cool.
Well done.
Thank you. We have a volunteer to lick the bowl, by the way.
Yes. Let me guess. It's got to be Carmen.
Who wants to lick the bowl?
Carmen.
Carmen. Oh boy.
I love it. I know. All of this is really yummy. And I will tell you, with this frosting, it says use regular granulated sugar or put it into a coffee grinder. I will skip that, and I will use the finest sugar I will find. I like a combination of regular, really ground white sugar that you can get, plus powdered sugar. Or this organic coconut palm sugar, which is almost more like a brown sugar in texture, also is a good one.
Palm sugar,
if you don't want to go through the cleaning your...
Good job. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jess. I wish I was there to partake in those
lick
lovely... Lick the bowl, too.
Lick the bowl. Mm-hmm.
Carmen and I will have to fight over that bowl. So, before we leave, thank you very much, Jessica. Let us know what you're doing, where we can find you, all that good stuff.
What am I doing? Well, Red Direction is what I do by day. Infusion Principle is what I do by day. Those are coaching and consulting firms that help people find their purpose and actively engage with their audience. So my personal tagline is small purposeful action, big lasting results. RedDirection.com is the best place to reach me, and I'm glad there's a link to the recipe for you in the event so that you can go grab that. Feel free to email me or, shout out on Google Plus or Twitter or anywhere you're at on this YouTube video. Any questions that you have, and I will do my best to answer them. Other substitutions, because like I said, I've done a lot of substitutions with this recipe, and this is really fun. This is my favorite thing to do. When I have extra time, I like to bake, and this, like I said, my go-to.
When you're not hosting your HOA with Scott Scowcroft.
When I'm not on the Jess and Scott show, when I'm not on the Women in Business show, when I'm not a guest on your show.
You're and taking care of your family, you are pretty busy.
And we love our family time together. So we have a really good time too. We spend a lot of time outside working off all the calories.
Thank you for coming on. Before we leave, Aslan, anything you have coming up besides the World Cup?
Oh yes, come on England. We're playing Italy tonight, but I do have next episode of Savor the Flavor as usual tomorrow night, 8 p.m. GMT, 3 p.m. EST. I'll be cooking almost as usual.
Yeah.
You guys there.
So well, I'll be checking it out. We don't have any games tomorrow, do we? Yes, there might be some.
We do.
Yeah. So
we do. Yeah.
But you're not going to conflict with any of the games, right?
We are actually the first half hour of the France-Honduras game, so I expect score updates while I'm cooking in the kitchen.
Okay, no problem. And Rich, what new thing you're working on? Besides, Richard is a guy who did the clock. You know, you guys don't normally see the clock right next,
right, yes,
next to my big head. So,
to be honest, I'm working on all kinds of things, Larry. There is one more question, if we can fit a question in.
Sure, we can fit a question in.
Scott Scowcroft would like to know, how does the chocolate lava cupcake dough freeze well? And what about the frosting?
The frosting, don't freeze the frosting. The sauce, I wouldn't freeze the sauce either, just because of the way, just the regular ingredients. But I would say that these cupcakes, once they're made, freeze incredibly well.
Before frosting.
Before frosting. Not raw, after cooked, completely cooled in the freezer before you frost them. Yep. Okay,
great. And, well, before we turn off, I would like to say thanks to Aslan, Jessica, Richard. Jessica did a wonderful job. And to the folks who were chiming in from the chat, Scott, Gloria, Carmen, Bats. What's her name, Aslan? Michelle Batson. Yeah. Michelle Rybel and Michelle Batson. Yeah, yes. 2 Michelle, a male and a female.
And Boyan just arrived as well.
Okay, Boyan, Yanka, Bo. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, I have a couple things coming up. Next week, Tuesday, I will be on Get Busy with Kit and Jim Fierce at 11 a.m. EDT, and on Wednesday, Epic Influencers with Chris Vogelman. I'll be a guest on his panel, and that's at 12 noon. And these are my
great shows. I'm excited for you. That'll be really fun.
So, yeah, thanks. If you guys could join us, it'd be a pleasure having you guys watch. So, this is Larry Familier on behalf of Aslan, Jessica, and Richard, and all the viewers, saying goodbye from Trinidad and Tobago, and have yourself a great Sunday and a great World Cup viewing.
Bye.
Bye.